What's up everyone, and welcome to today's video. Great to have you here on the channel. Today you're in for a real treat. Last night I sat down with Tom Wang and talked all about his journey selling on Amazon. We talked about how he scaled his business to incredible heights in just a short space of time. Specifically, we talked really about how to sell your first 6 figures, 100,000 on Amazon, and I know the insights that he shares in this interview are going to really help a whole bunch of people on the channel today. A couple of things before we dive into the video. The first is this: if you've ever had doubts about yourself in business, if you've ever thought, will this work? Will I work? Will I do great things? Then make sure you stick around to the end, because Tom really does share some of his personal journey and talk about how his circumstances can speak to many other people, and not in the usual kind of self-made man and we started from the bottom but now we're here kind of story. No, like he's got a unique story that I think is going to speak to a whole bunch of people, so make sure you stick around till the end for that. Tom talks in the video about his revenue and how he's managed to scale it that quickly to those heights. Disclaimer, results certainly aren't typical, but it does just go to show you what is possible on Amazon and this amazing machine that we work with on a day in and day out basis. So I really hope you enjoy the video. And listen, if you do like this video and like this kind of interview content, make sure you let me know by hitting the thumbs up button and leaving a comment below, just so that I can maybe arrange some more of these kind of interviews with sellers that are utilizing tactics that are being successful and at the same time are staying humble and being the real deal. That's the kind of seller I want to be interacting with and introducing you guys to. So I hope you enjoy the video. Make sure also, if you're looking to build a business that's going to free you up to live the life that you want, the life that you deserve, the life that you're destined to live, then make sure you do hit that subscribe button below, turn the notification bell on, so you know when I'm releasing content that's going to help you do exactly that. All right, enough waffle from me. Let's get right to the main event, the interview with Tom. Let's go. Cool, well, welcome to the video today, guys. Such an honor and a privilege to have Tom from Ecom Hub here with us on the channel today. And Tom is someone that I personally have been following for some time now, watching his journey as he's been documenting that, and just one of those real genuine guys in the Amazon space. In this space, there's a whole bunch of opportunity to follow people that aren't really doing what they're teaching. And the thing that really I love so much about Tom, and that I've really admired about him along this journey, is the fact that he is in the trenches doing what we're doing, and that's why I love learning from him. So it's a real privilege for me to have on the channel today Tom with us, and Tom, great to have you here, and really excited to hear from you today.
Absolutely, thank you so much for having me on your channel, man. Thank you, and thank you for following on my journey for the past little while. So I'm honored to be on this YouTube channel as well.
Awesome, man. No, great to have you here. So, of course, customary, Tom, let's do a little bit of find out about yourself. Whereabouts you're from, what you're up to, and then we'll get into sort of more the Amazon side of things in a minute.
Sure, man. So I'm physically located in Vancouver, Canada, one of the most beautiful cities in the world, I like to say. It's absolutely gorgeous. Ocean, mountain. You can go boating in the morning. You can go skiing in the afternoon. I don't think there's a lot of places in the world that you can do that. Wow. So like even for today, for example, my friends are skiing and it's like 17 degrees Celsius. So anyway, so I started my Amazon FBA journey in 2016. I first found out about Amazon through a friend who was selling on Amazon. And the whole business model intrigued me a lot. I was like, wow, this makes a lot of sense. Amazon provides you with the customers, the platform, and really they provide you with everything else. You just got to find a product. So we launched our first product on around January 1st, 2017. We didn't know anything. There was not a lot of information about Amazon at the time. And our first product was a vitamin C serum, which is probably one of the most competitive products to sell on Amazon. But you know what? It's a big learning curve. So we started up on the Black Diamond. For those who are who knows how to ski or snowboard, that's the most difficult run you can be on. So you had to learn a lot very quickly. So we did learn from a lot of other people. Joined a lot of other Facebook groups, and at the time, I go on YouTube, I see all these people teaching about Amazon, but no one's really kind of documenting their journey. And I feel like everybody's saying how good of an opportunity this is, but I feel like there's also a lot of things where I was like, hey, like no one's covering this. So I decided to actually start documenting my own journey, just literally, speaking in front of the camera, be like, hey, today I tried this worked. Yesterday I tried that didn't work. So started kind of gaining a little bit of a following. And then, we just kept on launching products, learning more, and the rest was history. I was working a 9 to 5. I was able to quit that. Now we're doing about $250,000 a month in sales, and about 40% margin. So it's pretty healthy. And yeah, it's been an absolutely great journey, and meeting people like you, and it's just a really, really good community that we're in. So
yeah, no, absolutely. So that's $250,000 US per month in revenue.
Correct.
Amazing. Yeah, amazing. And you started selling on the 1st of January 2017.
Yeah. We scaled up fairly quickly. I think when it comes to Amazon, a lot of it is product research, obviously.
Yeah.
So the first few products failed, but we just kept on learning, and we didn't give up. And that's the thing, guys. It's like a lot of people, they launch one product, they fail, they're like, it's not for me. Good. Look, Amazon FBA works. Okay, Amazon works. Amazon's not a scam. Like, it's Amazon. You probably bought products on Amazon before, and every single time you buy a product on Amazon, you're making someone else rich. So it's not rocket science. Amazon already giving you 80% of the things. You just need to find the product, source it, send it to Amazon, launch it on page 1, and scale it. That's it, right? Yeah. And I just feel like a lot of people just give up, and that's the thing. It's like a lot of people give up on Amazon when it doesn't work. They're also giving up on all the other aspects of their lives when it doesn't work. It's the same thing, right? It's the same thing. So it's more of the operator problem instead of the systems problem.
Yeah, absolutely. And some real keys there, I think, I'd love to ask you more about, because you are a couple of things. You've talked about how you documented your journey. You talked about some of the challenges you faced. And I think that's, for me, again, been really inspiring, because I've watched, from when you just started out, and you weren't just teaching people strategy. You were showing, like, this is what I'm dealing with. This is the crap I'm going through. These are the issues I'm facing. I remember a little while back you getting, I don't know if it was a listing shutdown or an account suspension. Going through all that.
I've had everything. I've had everything, man. Listing shutdown, account suspension, just the whole 9 yards. I've been through hell and back on my Amazon account.
And you're still standing. No, I love it. But yeah, because I think that's so true. I think for me, I know personally on my channel, and especially a lot of the people that I'm, in community with in the UK and Europe, it's very early days. Lots of beginners just starting out, and I think those challenges can so easily put people off. One small challenge can really set someone back and think, oh, this isn't for me. But like you said there, it's so true that if you're going to, give up because of one little thing in this, then it's going to be the same in any business,
Yeah, it's absolutely. Look, drop shipping works, Amazon works, affiliate marketing works, email marketing works, everything works. Okay. There's people making money in every single industry. Again, it's not the system's fault. It's the operator's problem. And I mean, how you combat that is really just, well, number one, it's important to have good people around you, right? People that can support you, people that you can rely on a little bit. And obviously don't rely on someone too much for your own success. You should be accountable for your own success in the long run. Don't, let somebody else predict that for you. But having that mentorship and having that close-knit community can definitely help. Because one thing I can tell you right now is that you're not the only one going through those problems.
Yeah,
every single person is dealing with problems every single day. I don't even think entrepreneurship is entrepreneurship. I think we're just firefighters, and there's constant fires that you got to put out. So
yeah, no, it's so true. So you are now, in the business of sort of teaching people how to start Amazon businesses. I think I saw something that you're doing you put out recently, that your goal is, your mission really is to help as many people as you can get to their first 100 grand in sales, right? 100K in sales. And so do you ever, now you're teaching Amazon FBA, are you tempted to stop being an Amazon seller? Is there anything that makes you want to get out of the game, or are you in this for the long haul? What's your thoughts about longevity of this?
No, I mean, I'm doing both, right? So right now we have a brand where we are doing $250,000 a month, and our goal is to actually build that brand off of Amazon now, to diversify. And it's more of a challenge for ourselves as well.
Gotcha.
To build a real brand, and our goal with that brand is to actually have a 8-figure exit within the next 24 months, so $10 million above. So that's one thing. And then the other thing is we're opening up another store, a brand new store, and we're going to be launching like 10 products at once, and we're going to document the whole thing. Wow. So that's going to be really, really cool. I'm lucky to have the capital. If you're a beginner, don't launch 10 products at once. Okay. Don't launch one product. I'm lucky because I have the capital and the expertise to actually be able to do that. And I'm building up a team, and we just made our first hire for our other brand. So things are coming along, and I'm definitely here for the long run. I'm not here to just all of a sudden become a guru and only teach. I don't want teaching to be my business. I want teaching to be my passion, and e-commerce to be the actual business.
Yeah, no, it's really good to hear. I think because there are obviously people in this space that that do that, and so to know, you know, for me, it's a big value of mine that I've always wanted to be learning from people who are in the trenches, like we said, and so that's really cool. So you talked about obviously documenting that journey. We'll make sure for everybody watching that you know, links to follow you and follow that journey are down in the description below as well.
Sure.
I mean, as much as I'd love to sit here and talk about the, you know, $250,000 a month, scale into 10, you know, 10-figure exit, et cetera, I feel like, you know, the goal that you have, the mission that you have to help people to get to that first 100K in sales, I think that's going to be really applicable for the viewers today. So I'd love just to, you know, in the few moments we have, just to drill down into a few things about that, and just get some key factors from you. Like what are those key factors that you would you know, would say are the absolute fundamentals in order to do that as quickly and as effectively as possible?
Absolutely. Step number one is to find a mentor. I don't say this because I teach a course or you teach a course or whatever it might be. The fastest way to learn anything in life is to learn it from someone who's been there and done that, and just replicate their model, replicate their system. They've already went through the garbage stuff so that you don't actually have to go through. And in this game, Ben, I'm sure you know, there's so many different steps. There's so many different small things. And if you mess up one thing, if you just mess up one small thing, you're setting yourself up for failure pretty much, yes, right? So having a mentor, they're setting you up for success. Which one you pick, success or failure? I'm sure you want a success. So I think step number one is definitely find someone who's been there and done that. And yeah, if they ask for money for mentorship or their knowledge or experience, that's well worth it, right? So I think a lot of people, they come into the space, they feel like, oh, there's so much free information on YouTube, there's so much free information on Google. It's not even about that. You need a step-by-step action plan, right? What to do, because at the end of the day, you and I both know information without action is just a waste of time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I would say step number one is to find someone who's been there and done that. And that applies for everything, guys. I mean, if you want to play, you know, Warren Buffett, if you want to become the best stockbroker, he was working for a guy for 2 years for free. Michael Jordan, they all had mentors. Kobe Bryant had mentors. LeBron James, whoever, all these, the greatest of the greatest had mentors. So step number one is to find mentors. Step number two, if I can give you kind of the step-by-step of starting Amazon and going from 0 to 100K, is basically just finding a product, sourcing it from China, launching it on Amazon, and scaling that business. I think a lot of people nowadays make everything more complicated than it has to, but really it just breaks down to those 4 simple steps, right? And another thing is, like, you have to be putting in the work day in and day out. I'm not talking about, you know, no sleep, no eating and this and that. I'm just saying that the compound effect is real. If you can just put 30 minutes to 1 hour a day to actually work on this business every single day for just 1 year, you will be very, very, very surprised of how far you can go. So like, you would just be, you would just be, like, you wouldn't even believe me when I'm saying this, right? I mean, a year ago today, I quit my job 4 months before that, and my Amazon business was doing like 30,000, 40,000 or something. I don't remember exactly, but you just got to put in the work. There's no elevator to success. There's just, you just got to take the steps, but you don't have to run up the entire flight of steps. You just got to take one step at a time every single day, and you'll get there. But yeah, in terms of, you know, giving you guys a little bit more tactical stuff, when it comes to product research, you know, this is where so many people mess up. They don't understand how to do product research, right? One of the first things I look into a product is demand. Is there enough demand for this product? If there's no demand, then who the hell is buying your product? You're going to put a product on Amazon and no one's buying it. What are you going to do? You're going to incur long storage fees inside Amazon warehouse, right? So there's a bunch of different things that I look at, but one of the easiest ways to look at is, you know, Viral Launch, they give you an estimated monthly search volume. You just look at that search volume. It just tells you, like, hey, there's 1,000, 3,000, 10,000 people a month looking for this product on Amazon. So I'm always looking for a product that has more than 3,000 exact searches for the main keyword. So if that main keyword has more than 3,000 exact searches, then hey, that's a lot of people per month looking for the product. That's good enough. It's not perfect. Obviously, the more is better, but that's good enough for me to get it. If there's only 500 people per month looking for a product, no, thank you.
Sure.
right?
And would
And
you,
then it comes. Mhm.
sorry, do you would say that to someone starting out as well, or is that just to someone in your position now scaling the business?
No, no, no. This is strictly for starting up.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about brand newbies here.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Okay. No, it's good. I
Yeah,
mean, and this
yeah.
is good, like the step by step, because I think people, you hear figures like 100K, and to someone that's really new, that sounds like so daunting and so hard and impossible almost. But, it's nowhere near as hard as people think, and I tell people that I did that my first, 6 figures in my first year on Amazon, and they like, can't even comprehend how that's possible. But as we know, it's like the demand there is on the Amazon platform means that it's so much simpler if you get those steps step by step right. And so no, it's good to hear this the step by step that you're laying out. It's really good.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, one of the things I have to say is that you have to believe in yourself, because if you don't
Yeah.
believe in yourself and if you don't believe that this is possible, you're never going to do it.
Mm.
You will never be able to get there. So step number one before anything is to actually have that belief. Look, you don't have to be a millionaire in 1 year on Amazon. Okay, set something realistic, right?
Yeah.
10K a month, from 0 to 10K a month, guys. It's actually really, really easy. And I'm not just saying that because I've done sales on Amazon. I'm saying that because I look at all my students and it's how easy it is to actually go from 0 to 10K.
Yeah.
The hardest part about Amazon is actually finding a product and getting it to Amazon. Once you can do those things, Amazon will take out the rest, because they already have the traffic. They already have customers. You don't need to go look for your own customers. Amazon's already saying, hey, here are people that are trying to find your product.
Yeah,
Where is your product?
Yeah.
Like, it's again, it's not rocket science. Like, we're not here to try to create a rocket ship to send it to Mars.
Yeah.
We're just leveraging off of Amazon's existing customer base and giving something that they're already looking for. Which brings to my next step. I think a lot of people nowadays still go on Alibaba and look for a product. They're like, oh, I'm just going to source this product. Look, those days are gone. Those days are long gone. You can't just, one of the questions I challenge my students and all my friends, I ask, why should someone come on Amazon and buy your product over everybody else's? If you cannot give me at least 2 to 3 solid answers for that question, then how would a customer, why would a customer buy your product? And even if you can't think of any, then how can they? And this is your business.
Yeah.
And don't say price. Price is a very bad differentiator, because if everybody's competing on price, then there's just going to be a war down to the bottom, right?
Yeah,
but
for sure.
some of the simple ways you can do is, the simplest thing you can do is bundle. Okay, the simplest thing you can do is bundle. There's a website called Yasiv, YASIV.com.
Okay.
Okay, YASIV.com. You go on Yasiv.com. The default search is books, but you want to change that to all. You type in the product you want to sell, and it will literally give you a mind map of every single thing that people are buying on Amazon that's related to your product. Okay, so you just pick something, right? You pick something that makes sense. That's an add-on that maybe you can source for another, let's say $1. You can charge an extra $5 for it. And not even that, it's just like your perceived value of your product just skyrockets, right? Why should someone buy my product? Well, my product comes with this, because you're going to need that anyway.
Yeah. So good.
Right.
No, that's a great tip. Yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously, the rest goes, making your product looks nice. The images, don't take it on an iPhone. There's places where you should save money in this business for sure. But when it comes to photography, it's not a place where you save money. That's a place where you invest money to beat out your competitors.
Yeah.
Your photos need to stand out, and it needs to be the best possible thing on Amazon when someone's typing that keyword. Okay. Again, why should someone buy my product? If I look at a photo that is professionally done versus someone who's trying to save a few dollars by taking on their iPhone, dude, I'm not going to buy something that's taken from my phone. I want to give my money to someone who has a quality product.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just, at the end of the day, guys, you're building a real business. This is not a get rich fast scheme. If that's what you're looking for, then I recommend not doing Amazon. You probably should go try do something else. I don't know what it is, but try to find something else. And once you make that successful, let me know, because I'd be interested in doing that with you. But you're building a long-term sustainable business on Amazon, and slowly over time, you can actually start branching off of Amazon and being on Shopify and being on this and being on that. And Amazon will eventually become just a sales channel.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned something there about building a real business, which is something, for me too, that's a massive value for me because, the reason we do private label, so much of, a big reason why we do it is to build that saleable asset. We're building an asset here. And, so I think there's a lot of people out there that just want to test Amazon, just want to throw a product up and see if it works. But yeah, you mentioned about building a real business. Talk to me about how you talk to new sellers about that.
I don't. I don't talk to them about building a real business because they don't need to know that right now.
Okay.
We only started branching off of Amazon once we started doing 200K a month. Then we have the profit, the revenue, the cash flow to invest in Facebook ads, to invest in Instagram ads. From the beginning, guys, if you want to go from 0 to 10K, again, it's very, very, very simple. Okay. You find the product, you source it, you put it on Amazon, you rank it to page 1, and then you scale it. That's it. Okay. If you want to do Facebook ads, Instagram ads, go ahead, but only do it once you hit at least 6 figures per month on Amazon.
Wow.
Because nowadays, now you're always trying to learn this, you're trying to learn that, you're spread too thin. You got to be focused. You got to be 100% focused. And Amazon's a very, very good platform for you to be focusing on because it will generate the most amount of cash back for you.
Yeah, good thoughts. Good thoughts. What about your product selection in that criteria? Obviously, when it comes to branching off Amazon, maybe save that till later. But are you still trying to think, okay, I'm going to source this product first, but maybe that's going to open up a potential niche, or how do you think about that?
So, yeah, that's a good question. So nowadays, what we focus on in terms of product selection is we don't really care about the Amazon numbers. We don't look at the Amazon numbers anymore.
Right.
We've learned who our customers are and what do they need from us. Right. So if our customers are basketball players, right? Well, basketball players need gym shorts, gym bags. I'm not in the basketball niche, but they need a basketball. They need training. They need this. They need that. Once you know the customer avatar, it's much easier for you to just say, here are all the products that they need.
Sure.
And if you don't know, ask them.
Right.
They will tell you.
Good.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey, here's a $50 gift card if you take this 2-minute survey.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. But at the end of the day, as for beginners, you don't need to worry about any of that. Find a product on Amazon that fits the criteria and then launch that product. And yeah.
Awesome. And so, I don't want to take up too much of your time, so we'll just maybe just finish with
no, not at all.
Oh, thanks, man. No, really appreciate your time. Just about the product sourcing process, right? Because again, that's one, I think, where if there's any area where people get caught up in that analysis paralysis phase and maybe don't take action, it's because they can't find a product. And then when they do find a product they think is a good product, they don't really know how to work with the supplier to make it what it needs to be. So you talked about how in the early stages you had a couple of products that didn't go so well, maybe failed, and then you've obviously had some home runs. What were the differences there? Talk to us about some of the principles that you've learned along the journey about that.
So demand is number one. We already talked about that. Some of the products I launched had no demand,
right.
Which obviously I didn't know at the time there was no demand or back. You don't know what you don't know, right? So nowadays I know demand is number one. Number two is competition. Do not launch a product that has everybody in the top 10 has 1,000 reviews. How are you going to compete with them? Right. So step number three is what are things? Other things could be, for example, the shipping tier, right? You don't want to sell a product that's too big. So Amazon breaks all the shipping tiers into, I think, 6 different categories. Small oversized, small oversized, large oversized, small standard size, large standard size, small oversized, something like that. You only want to sell in the first 2 categories because the shipping is much cheaper. Another one is let's see, pricing. So you don't want to sell a product, especially if you don't have a lot of capital. You don't want to sell a product where it costs you $30, $40 to source that product because you're not going to be able to source too many of those products. You want to find a product where, let's say you have a budget of 5,000, 10,000. Stick with a 1 to 5 range, right? Sure. Your first product doesn't need to be a home run. Your first product, you just need to get your feet wet, understand the system. If you can just even break even, which obviously is like the worst case scenario, because I think on Amazon, it's pretty hard to lose a lot of money, to be honest with you, unless you buy like 1,000 units, it's all patented. make sure it's not patented, trademarked,
Yeah,
or any of that stuff.
100%.
Yeah, but it's pretty hard to lose everything on Amazon just because there's already a lot of people buying products on Amazon. But if you can find a product and sell it anywhere between $15 to $50, then you're good. You also need to know your margins, guys. This is so important. So many people, they do not understand how to calculate profit margins and all the different costs that are associated to selling on Amazon. Because if you don't know your costs, how can you make money, right? So you need to know all the costs. Well, there's the Amazon FBA costs, right? Fulfillment costs, referral costs, referral fee, and Amazon fees. Basically, Amazon fees is fulfillment fees. Amazon will pick and pack the product for you. Amazon will ship it out for you. Amazon will store it for you. Well, they take usually 10 to 15%, right? Yeah. Then of your selling price. So let's say if you sell your product for $100, 10 to 15 of that will be for the fees. Then referral fee is just their commission, right? Hey, we want a cut from you every single time you sell a product on Amazon. That's more than fair. They take another 15%. So boom, right away, if you sell your product for $100, 30% of that is gone already to Amazon, right? Then comes your product cost. Well, how much does it cost for you to source your product, right? How much does it cost for you to actually ship your product to Amazon? And how much does it cost for taxes and duties, right? So these are all the costs that is associated to selling on Amazon. So once you have that cost, you should definitely be making more than $5 per unit. If you just make $1, $2 per unit, you're not going to survive in this game.
Yeah.
It's way too thin. It's way too thin. You have PPC costs and software costs and all these different things. But if you can make more than $5 per unit and maintain at least a 30% net margin, then you should be fine.
So you're going for 30% net, right? Because there's still people out there that talk about 50% profit margins, and I just laugh. But so you're realistic, 30%.
Yeah, 30% is more than enough, and that's enough for you to turn over your cash, reinvest your profit, grow the business. But don't go lower than 30 because at the beginning you can definitely face some cash flow issues.
Yeah, and so just maybe if we sort of finish on that aspect of it, because you've obviously then grown, real quick, like that's really quick. And so what are some of if you're on 30% profit margins, you're obviously you're turning that over really quick. So are there some pointers you can give people there if they want to grow a business real quick and scale it? What are some of the fundamentals for that?
It's just product research. It all comes down to it, knowing your numbers, knowing the sales velocity. Look, if you have a product where you're selling 100 units a day and it's making you 50% net profit margins, you're not going to have any cash flow issues down the road. You're going to have so much cash coming in. At the beginning, you might because you're like running out of stock all the time. But down the road, you're going to hit that kind of point where I remember at the beginning, it was tough because we just kept on having to order more inventory. But past that certain point, and I don't really know how to calculate that certain point, but I just know past that certain point, Amazon pays you every 2 weeks. And the amount of money that Amazon was giving us, we're like, holy shit, like, what do we do with all this money kind of
thing? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
no, that's good, man. That's good. Yeah, super inspiring, just to see, just literally from 2017 to see that growth, I think it's really encouraging for people, to see that, like I say, especially new people starting out, super inspiring. So, look,
I just want to say one more thing as well. It's a lot of people, will watch this and they'll feel like, oh, that's never me. I can't do that. Guys, I came from absolutely nothing. I didn't have e-commerce experience. I was just hungry. I knew that I deserve a better life, and you deserve a better life too. Every single person who's listening to this deserves a better life. They deserve change. They deserve everything they want in life. But I knew that the only way I was going to get there is by taking action. And I wish I can stand here and be like, oh yeah, I'm just a self-made man. I'm this and that. And the reality couldn't be farther away. I have a lot of supportive friends. My girlfriend was super supportive. She's my business partner. I have mentors that taught me everything. It's not here and just say I am a self-made person. I'm not. I'm just someone who refused to give up when times get hard. Power through those times. If I have questions, I ask, I seek out for answers, and I implement, and I overcome the obstacle. And it's just a matter of doing it day in, day out. And if you can do that, you will succeed. So I just don't want someone to think like, oh, he must be like some e-commerce wizard who knows all coding. Like, dude, I don't know any of that. Okay. Like, seriously, like I have trouble running my own Facebook ads. I'm not a tech. I come from a sales background. Okay. Like I you know, that I wasn't some sort of a computer wizard or copywriting expert or any of that. It was just a matter of surrounding myself with good people. And, you know, if you're with good people and they're good with good people and your network grows and everybody rises up together. So
absolutely. And I think that's the thing I've really enjoyed about watching your journey, Tom, you know, is I think, you know, you have stayed humble. And I think I've seen you several times talk about how for you, like money's just a tool, right? It's not the ultimate thing. And, you know, you're doing $250,000 a month, and it'd be so easy to flash that and say, look how much money I'm making. But I've never, ever seen you do that. It's all been about, actually, this is just a tool, a resource to be able to make an impact. And, you know, I really admire that. So yeah, kudos to you, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of that, like for people who flaunt that, I think a lot of it comes from like insecurities, right? They need to look for exterior validation from other people and stuff like that. And for me, it's kind of sometimes I do have to do that because obviously, like, I want to make an impact, and I know there are people that will be inspired by that. But at the end of the day, you know, I don't want to be someone who's famous and walking down the street and someone's like, hey, like you're like. I want to live my life. I know, you know, what I want. And money is just a tool that's going to help me to get there. But at the same time, I want to be able to impact more people. And I'm sure you are as well. You're creating this YouTube channel and because you want to share, right? Like this has worked out for you and you want to share with other people. You know where you came from. So yeah, no, it's good for you for what you're doing. And I wish there's more people doing the same thing as you as well.
Yeah, no, it's good, man. It's good. I know I said that last one was the last question, but you just touched on something, just 2 more minutes if you don't mind, just about freelancers. You talked about getting a team involved, Facebook ad copy, et cetera, et cetera. At what stage did you start to get freelancers and support on board?
For like any type of, so like we have a Amazon business. Yeah, we have like a VA that answers all our customer service. But at the beginning, we did all of that. And I recommend doing all of that because those are your customers. You can take care of them. And then we have Facebook agency that we just hired recently, Instagram agency that we just hired recently, hiring an operations manager. But this is all because we have cash now. We're able to actually pay for those things. And hopefully they can help us to generate more money, right? Hopefully it's not a expense, it's an investment. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So early on, it was all pretty lean.
Oh, yeah, it was super lean. It was just me and my girlfriend. That's it.
As lean as it can get, right?
100%. Yeah. 98% lean beef. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Awesome. Well, listen, thanks so much for coming on today and fielding some questions for the UK and Europe fam. And just wish you all the best, mate. Like, honestly, when I see someone that's genuine, wants to help people, humble, I can't help but just wish them all the best. And thanks so much for connecting and hope we can do some more in the future.
Yeah, maybe it's part 2 coming up next year or something.
Come on, bring it on.
Right, awesome, man.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks for being on. All right, what an interview that was. I personally really enjoyed getting a chance to talk with Tom. I hope you got tons and tons of value out of that interview. If you did, make sure you do hit the like button. And if you liked what Tom had to say, make sure you do connect with him down below. You can find details with how to learn more from Tom and follow him on his journey in the description below. So I'd highly recommend that. And remember, if you do want to build businesses that free you up from the grip that money can so easily place over time, consider subscribing by hitting my face below, then hitting that subscribe button there. I will be back with some more super helpful content in the near future, so make sure you're following along, and I'll see you in the next one real soon.